What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys have seen the last video, I believe the last video is when we polished the all-wheel drive CRX. It is looking amazing. Today we're going to be working on this CRX, and I'm crossing fingers we can work on the Flip RX CRX as well too. That car has been parked right there under the cover. It needs a muffler, obviously, from the last exhaust video. We need to get the car to an alignment shop, and the last thing we need to do is to get it on a dyno, and then we can put the car for sale. But first, I'm going to work with this car because it is here in the driveway, and the next show event that I'm attending is Race Wars, and I believe Race Wars is now on a Saturday, which is August 21st, and EF versus DA is August 22nd. So we're going to have a back-to-back event to attend, and I want to get this all-wheel drive CRX out there. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but the goal with this car has always been, since all-wheel drive, was to go 10s in it on street tires. So we are making 10 more horsepower than we did before. Previously we tuned at 479, and we currently make 489. So I want to take this car back to the dyno, but if you guys have seen the dyno video, we actually broke a rear axle in this car a couple months ago, and the car has been kind of sitting neglected over there since. I finally got an email back from Insane Shaft, and they are going to warranty me the Insane 500 horsepower rear axles. So today's goal is to pull these axles out. I already went to the storage to grab my stock ones, and I still have the original box, which is awesome. So I'm gonna slap my OEM axles back into the car, get those packed up, ship it out with a return label, so once they receive it, hopefully they have it in stock, that they can ship it back to me with the return label, and I get it back and installed before Race Wars. 14 for the LCA. All these grease everywhere. Rear trigger on bushings. We have the 32 for the axle, or hub in this case. Now we gotta pop the joint out of the diff. I would call it an axle, but it's not an axle anymore. Not worried about fluids because I got extra quart, which I need to probably top off. Now let's do the other side. Oh, this one has a nut on the back. All right, guys, so that wasn't too bad, but here is my Insane Shaft 500 horsepower rear axle. These are extended 3/4 of an inch, and I need the 3/4 of an inch extended because of running the stock wagon axles and diff mounted in the offsetted position, how it is in the RT and stuff. I'm running one long, one short, but the thing is, obviously, I don't know what the difference of wheelbase for the rear is with this car opposed to the wagon, but when the car is lowered, the axle, let me see, I don't know which one is the CV and the one that's the jointed side. So the one with the tripod side, right, once the car is lowered, you know, the axle is going to angle all weird like this, and then what it actually does is it pulls the tripod out of the cup a little bit and puts it at a weaker point of the cup instead of the more enclosed area where it's much stronger. So because the axle wasn't, the tripod wasn't all the way in already, and then when I lowered the car, it made the tripod ride on literally the edge of the cup. So the 3/4 extended insane version brings it 3/4 of an inch further in, which kind of bring it to the more stronger section of the cup, and that's the reason why I got that. But yeah, if you guys didn't know what was going on with my axles, this is what was going on with my axles. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and clean this up a little bit, get my old axles reinstalled into the car, and box those up and probably try to ship it out tomorrow. Ready to slap the wheels back on, drop this car, move it over there, move the Flip RX over here, and then we'll start working on that muffler. I'll show you guys what I got to. So a couple of days ago, well, prior to a couple of days ago, I posted up on social media asking if anybody has some generic box or an old muffler in 3-inch lying around. Wasn't trying to pay a lot of money for it, just so I can slap a muffler on the back of this car. If you guys have seen the exhaust video, stopped the exhaust system right over the LCA because we don't have a box, but we did utilize a lot of the material from the scrap bin of mine and Kelly built to make literally from the downpipe all the way to the LCA. So it's nearly mandrel bent all the way to that point. And today I'm hoping to get a muffler on and get it out of the back of the bumper. So because I couldn't find a decent muffler for a decent price, I just went ahead and bit the bullet and opt for a vibrant muffler. Now, if you guys know, I love the vibrant muffler. I had it on the wagon, I have it on the CRX, I have it on this car. It is the vibrant 3-inch street power black oval muffler, this guy right there. And I bought the same one for this car only because I didn't get hit with any DMs of anybody that had a muffler lying around. I just went and bought one off of Summit Racing, 1-day shipping. There it is, part number 1147, which you guys can see up here. Same part number, 1147, but the one that's in there is a 2.5-inch version. The 3-inch that came in that box is on the all-wheel drive car, and now we have another one for the Flip RX CRX. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get my stuff set up real quick, figure out how we're gonna route this, and get it all welded up. My favorite muffler. Hell yeah. So got the car all jacked up on jack stands, nice and sturdy, and I got the jack right here because this is what's gonna help me hold it in place so I can figure out, come on now, so I can figure out what bends I'm gonna need to go from here to the box, from the box out the bumper. So this is meant for like bumper exit. Just by the way, it's slant cut right here at the tip, but granted EF and DAs, we have the box going sideways and exiting out the driver. The exhaust does come out the passenger side, so we're gonna have to just put a pipe over that and weld it shut. Now I know a lot of people who run this straight out the back that way or straight out the back this way, but because we have our bumper cut out on this end, I want to keep it traditional, so that's what we're gonna do. I feel like the more bends the exhaust system has, the quieter it is, but I could be wrong. This right here is a 3-inch crushed bent from O'Reilly's, and it has like a slip end right here. This is expanded a little bit past 3-inch, so it can slip over a 3-inch pipe. And the muffler is literally like maxed out right here. You can see where the hump is at. That's where it stopped at, and it almost fits. So if I line up the canister about centered somewhere here, the tip is not centered in the exhaust cutout on the bumper. It's a little bit off, and like I said, I'm not crazy OCD, but I want this to be centered. So that means I'm probably gonna have to cut about, I'm looking at about maybe an inch or half an inch ish. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim the muffler itself. So my nephew's been making wood projects, and he used a vertical bandsaw in wood shop class in school, and he wanted one of these just so it could be easier for him to cut certain pieces of the wood. And I've been wanting a vertical bandsaw myself. So after doing a lot of research online, trying to figure out how people were DIYing a regular bandsaw into a vertical, because I do have this one right here that uses battery, but the battery drains. It actually doesn't drain the battery. Well, this doesn't drain the battery. The battery is already drained. So don't have a lot of batteries to run the Makita bandsaw. And that one's set up as horizontal saw for like cutting pies and stuff. But you know, after watching enough Taylor Ray, I'm kind of want to take on a project like this. So went to Harbor Freight, bought a brand new Bauer, B-A-U-E-R, however you pronounce that. Bought a brand new one that is corded. Watched a lot of videos online how to DIY make it a vertical setup, and just by using a few stuff that I had lying around the house, you know, some old aluminum right here that was sitting behind the trash can, which I used to, you know, for whatever aluminum project. Made some tab off of it right there, welded it up, used a bin, a basket, because I didn't have any material to weld legs, to make legs off of it. I had steel, but I didn't have a steel countertop, so I used aluminum, and I didn't have aluminum legs, so I used this little bin to stick the saw into it. It is bolted up to the saw right here, so it's nice and flat, 90 degrees, and then bolted to the bin so it's like more stabilized, right? Doesn't move. And then I have a zip tie down at the bottom to hold the trigger down. It is on max setting right now with the 1014 TPI blade. This is for like 1/8 inch to, actually is 1/8 inch and above, so this should be able to cut thicker material if I need to be. I got an extra blade right here in the back, and I got this old cable that has a switch on it. So I'm gonna hook it up real quick, show you guys how it works, and then yes sir. So when my nephew is not using it, obviously I'm gonna make use of it here in the garage. And I said I wasn't going to use this piece right here, but I'm gonna cut it off just to use it as 290s. I'm not worried about that little dent on it. There's no holes, so kind of want to cut that up to utilize these two bends. If not, I do have a 90 I can use right here off of this. I'm probably going to cut the flange off too, because that thing is booger welded. And then also cut up this right here. This is an eBay downpipe that was in Kel's bin. I could definitely use these bends right here. Actually, you know, I'm going to try to use these two bends first before I opt for this dented one. So let me show you how this thing works. I actually haven't cut metal yet. I've cut a lot of aluminum on it, but let's see how steel works. Like butter, baby. Like butter. So I'm almost done with the exhaust, but I can't access the top of the pipe because I welded the axle back still attached to the car. I didn't remove it. The beautiful part about not having a tub in here is that I can access the welds right there. About 1.5 inches there, 1.5 inches there, and the exhaust should be done. Also, granted, this car has no heater. If you ever drive this car at night or in the rain, or you know, whenever you decide you need heat, pull out the cover and you know, you got the heat from the exhaust. Just wear gas masks. I think you'd be all right. The exhaust is done. Roll the car down a little bit, just so it's not like amplifying inside the garage and the fumes. All right, guys, let's see how this sounds. It might sound louder just because it is nighttime. Not too shabby. License plate vibration. That sounds really good. That, guys, is a 3-inch downpipe, straight pipe to a Vibrant 1147 3-inch street power box, 3-inch out the back bumper, and it sounds freaking amazing. So the Flip RX finally has a full exhaust system, which was super intended because this car was supposed to be open downpipe, race car, off-road only. But you guys know I love my street car. I love the quietness of my cars, and it looks super sleeper. On the Fat Fives, you can't really tell. So as I mentioned earlier in this video, the last two things I need to do is to get this car to the alignment rack and to get it on the dyno. So hopefully that's gonna come here real soon, guys. I'm super stoked. I'm super stoked that this thing sounds freaking awesome. Maybe I'll just drive the car to the alignment rack. It's not too far from here. I only got 4 minutes on the memory card left, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up. And also, guys, we just got this package in 2 days ago. So if you guys want to stick around, see what's good with that, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.